So, Steve, we know this move is designed to ease inflation. So tell us more about the reaction that we're seeing in the markets.
Well, obviously, the oil markets went down overnight, and it's really an unprecedented move by China as they're tapping the SPR, Strategic Petroleum Reserves, which generally are there for times of shortages or times of warfare. But this is clearly a telegraphed move by authorities in China that actually put out a statement saying that they are trying to tamp down inflationary pressures and the prices that they've been seeing. Obviously, like many central banks, the authorities in China very concerned by inflation. And what we saw with the factory gate inflation, PPI in China in August, up to a 13-year high of 9.5%. There is growing inflation in China. So, they are tapping these strategic petroleum reserves, which, China has built up a lot of reserves over the past decade, more than 220 barrels, a million barrels, I should say, estimated. And so they are obviously seeing this as a way, given the problems in the Gulf with the U.S. Oil exploration down by 3/4 still after Hurricane Ida. We saw a pop up in oil prices before this announcement late Thursday by the Chinese authorities that they were going to tap their reserves, and then we saw oil slip by the most in nearly 3 weeks.
Will this have a lasting impact?
Well, that's an interesting question because, usually China does not, say what they've done. We have to rely on trader talk to kind of get a good indication of what China perhaps has done. If we look at their selling of other strategic assets, whether it is copper, aluminum, or grains, and this time they were clearly out ahead of that trader talk, saying exactly what they are doing. Now, we'll have to see if they're going to do that going forward. But in the past, with the selling of other strategic reserves, yes, there's an immediate impact and prices go down. That's the targeted effect. But over time, it doesn't seem to last. So we'll have to see how that reflects in the market and whether they do release more. I mean, I think traders and consultants are saying over the summer they released between, about 20 to 30 million barrels of oil. At most, they could perhaps go 10 to 15 million more the rest of this year.